Hi, I'm Gareth, exercise physiologist who works out of the MSG, and I support the Macdonald High Performance Programme by helping out some of the athletes with their programme development, injury recovery, and basically supporting the work that goes on in this fantastic gym. Well, the Macdonald High Performance Programme is a fantastic setup that we've got. It incorporates all aspects of what an athlete needs to progress and take their performance that little step further. There's often different sorts of support needed, whether that be the nutritional support, whether that be strength and conditioning, which is particularly what this gym here is for, but then there's also help with the psychological and more the social aspects as well. Each sport has got their own setup, but the object of this program is just to give that extra little nudge, that extra little benefit, that extra little bonus help that can really push an athlete from being good to being excellent. And it's to provide support. The athletes have to drive themselves. It's all about them driving themselves, and people like myself are here to help them get that extra little bit. I've done a variety of things. I mean, like I'm down here today just with a group of golfers, all on the high performance program, all with very low handicaps. They work for or play for Hampshire and other areas like that. Got a recent hole-in-one here as well today, so very chuffed about that. And what we've been doing today is actually just working out exactly where they're at now. They're relatively new to it, so it's getting a bit of, I suppose, a baseline measures, setting their weights, getting them a really basic program initially just to strengthen their whole body. After a few months, once they're generally strong, we'll then progress to being a little bit more sport specific, I suppose. Down here we've had very good golfer, very low par. She actually had a bit of an injury, and that's why I first came across her. She had the good old golfer's elbow, which is just on the inside of the arm here. We worked out through the high performance program, so it wasn't just the strength and conditioning side of things. The injury was being caused by vibration from hitting concrete practice mats. So part of the high performance program was discussing with the golf clubs, with the athlete, about changing that situation, and that happened. They've now got grass teeing off areas that they practice on. The athlete also working with the medical side of things, got an injection just to get rid of the inflammation in that area. And then once we got that in, was working on actually building up the strength so that it would avoid her getting that injury again, or reduce the chances of that injury being a reoccurring theme in her golfing career. So you can actually set specific exercises to strengthen that area. She's now doing very well and hasn't had the same injury again, so fingers crossed it's all worked well and she's still going with the strength and conditioning. Another example of how we've helped is with one of the young sailors on the island. Initially worked with her by setting up a program, a general strength and conditioning program. As she progressed on and is now doing incredibly well in her sport, she's got more support from her governing body, the RYA. That, however, also led to some other complications, is that she was getting almost too much support. As she got, I think in total, 4 or 5 different exercise programs, most of which overlapped a bit. So part of what I did there was actually help her work her way through those programs and condense them into something that could be understood and was achievable, because at the end of the day these athletes are not just training 8 hours a day and the rest of the time relaxing. They've got school, they've got homework, they've got other commitments to work around. So it's a matter of sort of helping condense that and highlighting what was really important in that strength and conditioning program for her. Okay, we're here at the Macdonald High Performance Gym, and I'm just going to show you around a little bit and show you what's going on a typical Wednesday night. We've actually got some golfers in today, so I'll go show you exactly what they're up to. We've got fantastic equipment and facilities here. Very lucky to have Olympic lifting platforms here that we get to use. Lifting bars, and we've got Steph here, who's one of the young golfers, and she's currently working on essentially her core stability and core power. So part of golf, obviously you've got to have a static platform that you're hitting off. Your body is that static platform. That twisting, that rotation is vitally important, so that's what she's doing here. Then over on the other side of here we've got Robbie using a Kaiser machine. This is a brilliant bit of kit. Provides a really steady force as you work through it, so there's no point where the force is slightly lighter. So you can, as you can see here, he's essentially demonstrating a golf swing with an increased load. The objective is provide control and power when it actually comes to the day. And then over here we've got CJ, essentially once again reenacting a golf swing, this time balancing on a Bosu ball. You've got to have your core stability that little bit stronger to be able to do this sort of thing on here. Once again, it translates directly onto what you do on the golf course. And that's really what this is about. Part of it is about building that base, using some of the equipment over here, perhaps, such as the chest presses, the leg presses. You've got to have that base. Good strong ligaments, good strong muscles, and then from that base you can move on to the stuff that we've just seen there, where they're doing the more sport-specific stuff. When they first came in, they pretty much all started on this side of things. Now they're doing this sort of more sport-specific things. Another aspect of things is you can't forget the cardiovascular fitness. You might think golf, not really a particularly cardiovascular game. However, you've got 18 holes, you've got to walk around, you want to be fit so that when you're actually playing the game, that load is lower. So we've got a great bike, cross trainer, and also the treadmill over there. Cross trainer, for example, Lee Marion's been using quite a lot recently to get back into things after a recent injury.